Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Real King, and this is it, y'all. Okay, so let's get into this video. First of all, I apologize for yesterday, guys. Let me kind of explain what happened. So, I am trying to do some things different with my videos, and these next few videos, I might be doing some, you guys might be seeing something different on my videos because I'm gonna start getting into editing my videos. Cause I used to do that before when I had my old YouTube channel, when I was doing my cooking channel. And so I do know how to edit, but I just kind of got away from it. So I've been doing a different approach. And so that's the videos that you guys have been seeing, because I've been following a different format. But I am getting more confident, and I now have 22 subscribers, so that's great. And my watch time is getting more. I'm getting more views and more watch time, so things are getting better with my YouTube channel, and that's giving me some motivation, which is awesome. And so I figured that I want to get back into, making my videos a little bit better, because you should be wanting to improve yourself as you are growing with your channel. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing. Give me one second to make sure. I'm sorry, I just had to make sure that there was nothing bothering my my controls. So anyways, I was thinking about that over the weekend, and I getting some pointers from some other YouTubers that I was checking out. That's why you saw my last video. So the last video that I did, I believe it aired on Saturday morning. The reason the problem with that, the reason that happened was because I was having internet issues on Friday. So I don't normally do videos on Saturday, but that video was done because it was not able to upload on Friday. So that's why y'all got it on that. And I'm gonna be doing my videos a little bit different as I've been getting some pointers. And so there's gonna be some transitioning that you guys are gonna see with my videos to kind of bring more audience and reach more audiences and stuff like that, so I can grow a little bit more faster and reach the right type of audience. So that explains what was going on with the video on Saturday. And then I wanted to do a video for Sunday, which was supposed to be my unboxing for my bike, but that was a big problem. Huge problem. We're talking about problems all over the weekend with the bike. So it still has not arrived. And yes, it was supposed to. And apparently, I still don't really even know when it's supposed to come, because I'm getting conflicting information with FedEx. But what I'm being told, which is what they have told me earlier, is basically too many packages and not enough help. And that's why my package has not showed up. Now, it's traveling all over the place. It's apparently it went from, I guess it was almost in Houston, but it's gone past Houston and it's going to Cyprus, and then it's going to come back to Houston. So it's doing some weird stuff. Now, I was on the phone with the FedEx supervisor earlier today. He's supposed to call me back either today or tomorrow about the status of my package and all that. But I literally was on the phones all day, pretty much trying to figure out what's going on. And a lot of bad news happened, and so that's what happened with that. That's why I don't have it. Now, I did see another showing. So remember the original thing that said on Tuesday? Apparently, it looks like, regardless, it's going to be Tuesday that I'm going to be getting this bike. But it might not. It might not be. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. So what I was going to do in the meantime was I was looking on YouTube, and there was a YouTuber that I'm starting to follow, and he's part of the bike life scene, and he does reviews on different bikes. And so there's a bike brand called Throne that I just started hearing about, and apparently they make some very awesome bikes with some great high-end parts, and they're cheaper than the bike that I got. So I'm like, huh. And he's demonstrating this bike and it's dope and he's talking real up on it. And I'm just like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me it's cheaper? And it has, if great, just as good parts, if not greater, comes with all this. And he's like really talking good stuff about this bike. I'm like, dang. And he goes to the website. It's like, yeah, but this was taken 7 months ago. For some reason with bikes and ATVs or three-wheelers, they up in price even though they are older. They do opposite of what cars do. Like, I don't get it. Like, how are they more expensive older than they are brand new? Like, all kind of bikes are way more expensive when they're older than they are. I'm like, that doesn't make sense, because not even phones do that. Like, they depreciate. Like, there's a new one coming out, so then why would they be more expensive? And so the Throne bike that was being reviewed at that time was $699, but when you go to the Throne's website and look at that same bike, it's actually $50 more, so it's at $749, which is still cheaper than my bike. But I'm doing this comparison side by side, and I'm like looking at this. I'm looking at what comes with it, wheels, all of this, and I really couldn't find that much of a difference to make me want to sway and choose a different bike. Because yeah, it's cheaper than the Mafia that I have ordered, and it actually comes in a lot more different colors and color themes, and even the better color themes. Like, they got a Pac-Man one that's even cheaper than my bike. I'm like, that is dope. They have a couple of them now. That one I believe is not available. There's a lot of bikes that they do have that are not available on their site, and so, but they did have a couple of them that were really nice, like a black oil black one, which is really sick, and that one is available. And then also on top of that, they have the same bike model, but different prices. Now the Mafia bike that I ordered, the Bama FTG, which I found out stands for Follow the Goat. They only have it in 3 colors, and so you're basically forced to get whatever they have. And when they don't have that many to even to choose from, it's kind of like, oh man. And I kind of felt that way for a second, because I'm like, dang, ivory, black, or like a lime green. It's a good thing that I actually like lime green. It's just, and it's not too hard. I mean, it's kind of hard. You're forced to really match it up with either the black wheels, tires that it comes with, or do a theme like the Incredible Hulk, unless you want to powder coat your bike, which at some point I might do. And then that way you can match it up with anything. But at least with the Mafia bikes, the kind of tires it comes with, you can actually get them in different colors. Now, I do not know if you can get the what are they called? I forgot what those doggone tires are called that come on the Throne bike. I'm drawing a blank, but I don't know if you can get those in different colors. You may, but yeah. So I'm comparing these two, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'll stick with what I have, because one thing that I know it does have is a way better, I think it has a more comfortable seat and better brakes. So I'm okay with what I got. It's a good bike. It looks good, and I like it enough. It's not that big of a deal for me to, send the other one back and then have to wait. I don't want to do all that. So I'm cool with what I got. And so that's that. So whenever I get that in, guys, I will make sure that that's the video that will be done. It will be a longer video, so just, be prepared for that. It'll be a longer video, probably, hopefully 40, not too long, but maybe about 45 minutes or whatever. But that will happen when I get the bike. So that's what's going on with that. So that's, and then yesterday I decided to I made a video and then I deleted it because it just was not a good video. I was having a bad day. There was a lot of bad information that was being said in the video, and I really did not want to be providing that negativity to my viewers, regardless of how, deeply I felt about whatever. It just wasn't something I wanted to do. So I made it and then I deleted it, and it was pretty late in the day because I was expecting my bike to be there by 8, and it didn't show. So when I made the video, it was after 8, and then when I deleted it, I said, you know what, it's just too late. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll just make my video tomorrow, and I'll kind of address it then. So that's what happened then. Started off my day today. I went out, got my stuff, headed out, and then I had my mind set on what things I needed to do. So I was able to meet with a counselor to go over some things, or to set up an appointment for me to get some resumes done professionally for different areas of my work experience that I've accumulated over the years, and that's going to help me out big time, because there was a job I applied for last week. I was going to, and it was a good paying job, and it was for something that I have experience in, but I didn't want to apply for it because I actually don't have a resume that has any of that information. So I felt it was pointless to add a resume or to even apply for that particular job. And it sucked because it's something that I could do. I wanted this is a job I've been looking for quite a while. And I guess if I was in Austin, I would have been having this job, but it's whatever. So I got that underway. And then, being that I had a bunch of bad news, something that y'all should check out or take in consideration, I found out some bad news from a bank that I bank with, Discover Bank, and I just started using them about a month and a half, and so I was actually going to cancel my order for my bike. I was livid this morning, and any information that I got from FedEx, from trying to find out, from the bike company I ordered my bike from, it just was nothing. So I was very upset, and I was like, I wrote this bad email to Stack BMX, like, cancel my order. I blasted them on the review, gave them 1 star. I was so mad. I couldn't get anywhere. So I'm like, you know what, my last straw, I know I could just call my bank and they will be able to do something about it. Wrong. Any other bank besides Discover. So this is what Discover Bank does. They flat out told me, there is nothing we can do for you, Mr. Potts. You've already okayed for these people to use your card, to debit your card for this, and that's it. You're gonna have to take it up with them. So basically what they're telling me is, you're screwed. Now, if this wasn't a dishonest company, I would be out of some good amount of money, because Discover Bank does not do anything to help you out with that. I told them, and I handled it pretty good. I was very disappointed. I said, man, well, I appreciate your honesty. I said, but that is a straw that breaks the camel's back. I said, most banks that I know of, that I bank with, they would have helped you out. I said, you guys' bank's policies don't actually protect, the customer. I said, that's terrible. I said, well, what if this is a bad, merchant that I said, so you guys don't even help out, honest people. I mean, I work hard for my money. I'm like, you guys don't even care and look out for the people that are doing honest work. I said, that's terrible. I said, unfortunately, that is something that doesn't work with me. I want to definitely cancel my account, but I have money in my account that, and I don't want you guys to send me a check. I don't want my money held up that way. So I'm like, I don't have enough to where I don't think I can transfer it in this account. So I said, let me wait till I get, I said I was going to use the money and then close it. But then I had some money coming in today, so I have more money, so I can actually transfer that into a different account. Once I do that, I definitely am going to close them, because I refuse to bank with a bank that does not look out for my best interest. And that's scary, guys, because that was a big dollar amount that I had on that bike. That's a very big amount. And if the company if they chose to just be jerks and not work with me and comply, then I would be out of that. So what I thought, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and email Stack BMX back, and I'm going to be like, look, I don't want to go through the hassle, because I don't really trust that they're going to refund me. I said, although it's going to come late, it should still come. And if nothing else, I can get a refund from Amazon or from FedEx if they did anything wrong with my bike, at the worst case scenario, because they would be held responsible for that. So I went ahead and just said, you know what, I'll just go ahead. So I emailed them back and I said, just cancel the original request. I said, I don't feel like going back and forth with this, and you know, your information is just all over the place, confusing. Called FedEx back, and then I spoke with the supervisor there, had a long phone call, discussed a lot, and they were very professional and very compliant with me, and and he worked with me, and so that was good. So after all of that crazy garbage that happened, I decided to go get some lunch at Walmart, and then this happened. I only went in there again to get something real quick and came out, and I was in the line and I was about to check out. Now there was two people in front of me, and the one person had a lot of groceries, and then another person that was in front of or behind them didn't have that much, but a full, basically almost pretty much a full basket of groceries, and I just had a thing of chicken. And I wasn't complaining about that. I'm looking at because I had been talking to the supervisor at FedEx while I was in Walmart, and stuff like that. And then when I got off the phone, I got my chicken and then got in line. So I'm looking at my phone, and it's giving me this update on the FedEx website finally. But now it's telling me it's in Cyprus, or it's going to Cyprus. And I'm just like, what in the world of sports is going on with my order? Like this is crazy. Why would it be going to Cyprus, which is past Houston, and it's supposed to be en route to Houston? It's just crazy. So I'm just like, ugh. And this is right after I had already had a conversation with the FedEx supervisor. I didn't feel like calling back again. I'm like, man, whatever. And I'm just kind of mumbling underneath my breath while I'm in this line. And then the people that were up, the first people in front of us, they had a lot of orders. They had a lot, like I think it's $300 to $400 worth of food. And they were both Hispanics that were in front of me. Not that it makes any difference, but you understand what I'm getting at. And so I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't care where I was at. I wasn't in a hurry, so nothing bothered me. So they were almost so at one point the gentleman in front of me said, "You can go in front of me." It was really very nice, very considerate. I was like, "You sure?" I said, "Thanks, bro," and and I went ahead. So it wasn't too long after that where the people in front were about to be done. So I'm pulling out my wallet. I got some money out, and I'm about to pay for get my stuff ready for me to pay for my food. They were just about done, and I can hear them typing in their card number. And the next cool thing happened, which was the cashier told me that they paid for my food. And it kind of shocked me. I was like, really? And the guy was like, it was a man and his wife, and he was like, yeah, he's like, it's all good. And I was like, wow. I said, appreciate it, bro. I'm like, man, I really appreciate it. And he was like, well, I don't know what you're gonna do for a receipt or anything. I said, bro, it's all good, bro. I said, man, I appreciate it. And then that happened. So they bought me my. I'm like, yo, I mean, out of all the stuff that was happening bad for me in that day, like, this is what happened. And the first thing that came to my mind is I have to give thanks to the Most High, because that was him. And so I just said hallelujah, because that was all him. And that was a big thing for me. And so what I did was I made a little video. I pulled out my phone when I got outside of Walmart, and I just did a video, because I'm like, you know what? In the world we live in today, you hear about all this garbage about racism, biasness, bigotry, all this hate talk, and you got these groups of people that are targeted. You get a lot of flack from Hispanic people about how they treat blacks, or treat Israelites. You got a lot of biasness from the media about how Caucasian folks treat us Israelites, and how Asian people treat us Israelites. And so I'm like, I'm living in a situation where, the people I live with are Asian descent. Very nice people. They don't treat me bad at all. They're very good, very kind to me, and they don't treat me bad. They treat me good all the time. And so I can't, and I have had nothing but good encounterings with Asian people, so I can't say anything negative about them like that. Now, I've had some uncomfortable situations before, but it was like one time, and that's it. So my personal experience has been mostly good. And then the same thing with Hispanics. Now, I have not personally had, that I can recall, any bad situations or encounters with Hispanic people at all. Being that I'm from Houston, I grew up with them, so that's all I know, and I've had nothing but good, experiences. And then you have that situation happen 2 times, and I'm just like, so when the media is putting out all this negativity, it kind of curbs a person's thinking, and certain people are looking at this, and they form opinions based off of that. And so I feel if you have more people that are providing opposite information, their own testimonies of positive encounterings, then more of that information needs to be presented or provided to media outlets. Because in this, again, in these days that we live in these times that we're living in, there's a lot of tension when it comes to racial relationships, and and there's a lot of dividing and a lot of evil in the world, and in situations, and division in communities that shouldn't be and doesn't need to be. And it's that way because it's heavily focused on, and the media gravitates to negativity, and that's what sells. That is what is always the hot topic. People want to hear about negativity, shootouts, people getting beat up, or people stealing, whether it's cops or whether it's gangs, no matter what it is. But that is really what draws a lot of attention. Every now and then you'll get some stories that pick up a lot of good attention, that's positive, and but I think I want to do my part in kind of evening out things as much as possible. So if I have any positive interactions, then I want to make sure that I bring that to you guys. I remember a old Caucasian lady, and that's why I always have good things to say about the state of Colorado. From day one and on through, I have countless stories, y'all, in situations where even the cops in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, super nice. And I don't say that at all, but I have to, because they are hands down really nice people. what do I mean by that? So there was a warrant that I had and I didn't even know about back in 2009, I think it was. And it was from something in 2007 or '08. I wasn't even in Colorado at that time. But I had came back and I had my ride and all that. And I was leaving work and I was going home. I got pulled over by them laws and they were cool about it. They talked with me and everything was fine. They let me park my car somewhere. And they didn't make a big old scene. And everything that happened after that was just on point. They were just nice, talking to me nice. They weren't talking to me all rude or anything like that. They even allowed me to make phone calls with my cell phone. I had to get taken to jail because it was a warrant. But they let me even have my cell phone, or they let me use my cell phone in the jail. I was calling my BM to let her know I need to get bailed out, told her where my money was at. They were very accommodative. They were very, very nice. And so I can't speak anything bad about them. In the same town of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, years earlier, I was an electrician in Colorado. I'm going home from work. It was on a Saturday, a hot summer day. And where I lived at, the buses go up in that area, or the bus goes up in the area, but I figured I just wanted to walk home. It was not that far. And so I'm walking up this hill, and I had my tool bag around my waist. It was kind of heavy, and I'm walking, thinking nothing of it, and I'm almost home. This white lady, old white lady, pulls up beside me, and she offered me a ride home. It kind of shocked me. I'm like, this don't happen. This would never happen in Houston. Would never happen in Texas. And she did it just like that. And I'm like, well, I'm already almost home, ma'am. And she insisted. Oh, it's okay. It's hot outside. Jump in. I'm in the front seat of a complete stranger, an old white woman. And she didn't care who I was. And she drove me and to my house. And that was that. And I'm like, wow. I was in my early 30s, I think, at this time, very young. And it just was awesome. And this is all happening in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. There's countless other incidences, guys, where I've just had great interactions with Caucasian people. But Colorado is an awesome place. The weather is nice there. The people are just cool in Colorado. They are very cool. And I've had certain situations that weren't as great, but more than often, all of my interactions, everybody's very welcoming and just, they don't treat you like, they don't look at this. I've been treated very good. Now, there are some racist areas in Colorado, especially in the smaller areas by Steamboat Springs. Craig and Hayden are the two that really come out. Oak Creek, those three, Oak Creek, Craig, and Hayden, Colorado, and Colorado Springs, aka Sea Springs. Those are the 4 places that I do know of that are known for racism. And I don't like those places at all to this day. I don't like them at all. So as long as you stay away from those places, you're cool, you're fine. But again, I just wanted to focus on the positivity and not the negativity. There's too much negativity going around, and I wanted to do something different in this video, and I wanted to bring forth positive information because that I do see a lot of positivity, in my life. And so I figured to bring forth that information to you guys because, people just hear and are always talking about, negativity with, my people, Israelites, being gang members, drug dealers, sagging their pants, thugs, dangerous, violent, up to no good, always smoking weed, cussing, beating up, women, whatever the case may be. And those are bad stereotypes that are always forcibly portrayed in the media. And maybe that's for an agenda purpose. I don't know, but you guys see a different way of me, as well as other people that have known me or have seen me, and so they can say differently. And then of course my views on other nationalities that I have been, around, and that's why I have so many friends. That's why I make friends so easily, because I'm not a jerk. I have a good personality. I'm outgoing, and I don't fit the negative stereotypes. I don't go around promoting violence and messing over people and just being a complete jerk for no reason. Even when I was younger, I didn't really do it to that degree. I don't go around, unnecessarily sagging my pants. If I do sag, it's because I just don't have a behind. So that's just it. But I do keep a belt on, and I use it. I don't go around, looking like the negative stereotype. And I think that really helps me out a lot. So with that being said, y'all, that's basically how my day was. It was a good day overall. It ended up being a good day. I just got done reading some scriptures in my Bible. And I had a nice long conversation with one of my aunties, and she gave me some words of encouragement and stuff like that. So that also helped. And, just figuring other things out, not allowing things that I can't control get the better of me, or bother me, and waste my energy complaining or dwelling on things that I can't control. And I let that past stay the past, and I just am focused on right now, what's happening right now, and then that's it. So I'm in a much better mood, and I'm so glad I was able to bring you guys this video, because I did not want to to miss yesterday. But again, the internet has not been working too well the past few days ago, and so that's really the only reason that there was a void in my days of uploading the videos. Of course, I don't normally do my videos on Saturday, so that like I said, the video that y'all did get on Saturday was actually meant for Friday, and then I just missed out by accident my video for yesterday. So like I said, I'm going to be getting back into doing my own editing on my videos. So I'm going to be doing so at that point, I'm going to be getting back on my thumbnails, and everything else is going to be more formed and more professional looking. So kind of be, on the lookout for that transition. And with that being said, you guys, for you guys that are subscribers to my channel, I got 22 subscribers, and out of 22 subscribers, it seems like I only have like 5 reoccurring, subscribers. So if there's anything that you guys want to see out of my videos, let me know. If there's something that y'all don't want to be seen in my videos, let me know that too, because I'm just trying to cater to you guys. I'm trying to cater to my audience, so I don't want to be doing too much of whatever it is, and that's not something that y'all want to hear or want to know. So engage with me, y'all. Every little bit helps, me grow as a YouTuber. So I'm new to this. I don't know everything. So if there's something that y'all want or y'all don't want, just let me know. And help me out. If you guys are enjoying my videos to any degree, there's a couple of you guys that are actually, commenting, and I appreciate you guys that are doing that. I enjoy you guys engaging with me, little or a lot. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind talking with you guys and chopping it up. So if you guys are enjoying my videos, show me that you guys are by giving it a thumbs up. Don't just watch my videos, but check them out. If you guys enjoy them to any degree, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you like my videos, guys. Send a comment, I liked it, or good job, whatever, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. They check that kind of stuff out, and that helps me grow and get noticed and stuff like that by them. And of course, clicking on that notification bell, that way you guys are always notified when I'm dropping my videos. And if you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel so that way you guys can be, you know, the first to see these videos. And then I might be doing some you know, little surprises. So like, let's say for instance, once I get to 30 subscribers, I might do something kind of special for you guys. So help me grow, guys, help me get to that point. And the more that you guys help me out, the more it gets me put in a position where I can give back to my subscribers, because that's what I want to do. Ultimately, my channel, I want to give back to you guys. And so I want to show you guys a different side of me that's really kind of based on how I get there, or when I get to that point, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, that is what I want to do. I want to give back to the community whenever I can. And so by you guys helping me out, I will give that back to you guys. So again, I appreciate y'all checking out my channel. I'm Ri'LL King, y'all, and yo, this is it. Y'all take care. All right.